Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Charlie. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing y'all how to make my delicious homemade spice cake from scratch. Now, spice cake is one of my all-time favorite cakes. I really like it. It's really a perfect combination of spices. It has cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice in it. It's that simple. And it also has a creamy cream cheese frosting to go right on top. This recipe calls for about 12 to 15 or possibly more servings depending on how you slice it. Absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all what you'll need to make your homemade spice cake. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need some all-purpose flour or cake flour, and along with that you're going to need some sugar, brown sugar, salt, baking powder, baking soda, unsalted butter at room temperature, large eggs at room temperature, pineapple juice at room temperature. Now in place of that, I'm going to be using the pineapple slices in 100% juice and go from there. Now if you can get the regular pineapple in a carton, you can use that. And along with that, you're going to need some sour cream at room temperature, cream cheese cold. You will also need some vegetable or canola oil, vanilla extract, butter extract. Now if you don't have the butter extract, you can omit it from the recipe. You will also need some cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, confectioner's sugar, and to bake your cake, you're going to need some Baker's Joy non-stick baking spray, 2 9-inch round cake pans, and for the rest of your tools, you will need a hand or stand mixer, a mesh strainer or cake sifter, a offset spatula, sturdy spoon, and measuring spoons. And there we have it. Alrighty, let's get straight to it. So in this medium-sized bowl with a mesh strainer, you can use a cake flour sifter as well. Alright, I'm going to add 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. You can also use cake flour as well. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to go ahead and sift all the dry ingredients into the medium-sized bowl. Now I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick stir. Alright, let's get started with our wet ingredients. So in a separate medium-sized bowl, I'm going to add 1 cup of pineapple juice. You can also use things like apple juice, but you want to make sure your ingredients are acidic. And to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sour cream at room temperature. And the pineapple juice and the sour cream are acidic ingredients. That's going to combine with the baking powder and the baking soda, and that's going to result in a soft and fluffy spice cake. And to that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of butter extract. And don't forget that this is optional. If you don't want to add it into the recipe, you don't have to. Now I'm going to take my whisk and just stir this until combined. Alright, now let's get started with the preparation of our cake batter. So here I have my stand mixer fitted with the paddle attachment. You can also use a hand mixer as well. So I'm going to start by adding 1 stick of unsalted butter, softened and at room temperature. And to that, I'm going to add 2/3 cup of vegetable or canola oil, 1 1/4 cups of white sugar, and 1 cup of brown sugar. Now I'm going to start my mixer on a low speed just to get that butter, oil, sugar, and brown sugar incorporated. And I'm going to turn my mixer up to the highest setting, and I'm going to mix this on high speed for 6 minutes. Now at some point during those 6 minutes, you're going to go ahead and stop your mixer, and you're going to scrape down the sides of your bowl. And you're going to continue mixing that in. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and add 4 large eggs in, one at a time, while mixing on a medium speed. There's egg 1, egg 2, egg 3, and the final egg, the 4th egg, right on in there. Just continue mixing that in. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. All right, now we're going to incorporate the all-purpose flour batter and the pineapple sour cream mixture into the batter. Now we're just going to add this in here 3 separate times. We're not doing any measurements or anything like that. All right, now I'm going to add my first amount of the all-purpose or cake flour mixture. And to that, I'm going to add the pineapple sour cream mixture. Now again, we're not doing any measurements. We're just adding it in there. Now I'm going to mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 seconds or until combined. All right, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Add the second amount of the all-purpose or cake flour mixture and the second amount of the pineapple sour cream mixture. Again, I'm going to mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 seconds or until combined. All right, scrape down the sides of your bowl. All right, next I'm going to add the third and final amount of the all-purpose or cake flour mixture and the third and final amount of the pineapple sour cream mixture. Now again, I'm going to mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 seconds or until combined. All right, scrape down the sides of your bowl and our spice cake batter is now ready. Now at this time, you're going to spray both of your 9-inch round cake pans with the Baker's Joy non-stick baking spray. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 325 degrees. All right, now you're going to add your prepared cake batter into your baking pans. Now using the back of a spoon, spread your cake batter around your baking pans as evenly as possible. Now to make the batter more even, shake both pans. Now it is ready to be baked. Now I'm going to go ahead and place these into a preheated 325 degree oven on the bottom rack. Bake this for 40 minutes. All right, it's been about 40 minutes now for our cakes. Now let's go ahead and remove these out of the oven. Toothpick inserted into each cake layer should come out clean. Now you're going to let this cool completely. That could take about 3 to 4 hours. All right, here I have my cake layer here. Now if your cake has like a dome on top, just take a knife and you could just trim that off very gently. And the crumbs, you could take it and put that in a separate bowl. Now you're going to do the same thing to the other cake layer as well. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started with making the cream cheese frosting. So in my stand mixer bowl fitted with the paddle attachment, remember you can also use a hand mixer as well. First we're going to start off by adding 1 stick of unsalted butter, slightly softened and at room temperature. And to that, I'm going to add 4 ounces, that's half of the 8-ounce block of cream cheese, and make sure your cream cheese is cold. Just add that in there. And lastly, you're going to add 2 cups of confectioner sugar. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 2 minutes or until combined. All right, scrape down the sides of your bowl. All right, next we're going to add 1 stick of unsalted butter, slightly softened and at room temperature. And to that, I'm going to add 4 ounces of cream cheese, cold. 2 1/4 cups of confectioner sugar. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 1/2 teaspoon of butter extract. Don't forget that is optional. And 1/8 teaspoon of salt. That's just to bring out the flavors. Now, if you don't want to add the salt in there, you don't have to. Again, you're going to mix this on a medium-low speed for about 2 minutes or until combined. All right. Scrape down the sides of your bowl. And our cream cheese buttercream frosting is ready. As you can see, that's a nice thick consistency. Exactly what we want. Now to give y'all some quick tips here, if your cream cheese frosting turns out too runny, if it turns out runny at all, just place it into your refrigerator for about 15 to 30 minutes and take it out, and then return it back onto your mixer and mix it for about 2 minutes on a medium-low speed or until combined. All right, here I have a cake pad under the cake turntable I have here. Finally have one. Yay! Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take a small amount of the cream cheese frosting. I'm going to just spread that onto the middle right there. And that's going to prevent the the cake from moving. Now I'm gonna add the first layer. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a little mistake with the recorder. Accidentally shut off. So I added the bottom layer of cake right on top, and I just pressed it down slightly. All right, y'all. Here I have a disposable piping bag with the tip cut off. And I'm gonna just add it into this cup here. And I'm gonna add about 1 1/2 cups of the cream cheese frosting right in there. It's ready. Now I'm gonna take the cream cheese frosting and I'm gonna just pipe it on top of the bottom layer of cake. Sorry y'all, my decoration is a little off today. I'm gonna take an offset spatula and I'm just gonna carefully spread the frosting onto the bottom layer of cake. Now I'm gonna add the second layer right on top. I'm gonna just press it down some. Just add a small amount of the cream cheese frosting on top. And I'm gonna spread that along the top and onto the sides of the cake. This is called a crumb coat. It prevents the cake crumbs from appearing on the final layer of frosting on the cake. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this and place this into my refrigerator for about 15 to 30 minutes. All right, next I'm gonna add some of the cream cheese frosting right on top. I'm gonna take my spatula and I'm just gonna spread the frosting along the top. And as you can see here, the frosting is starting to free fall along the sides. And as it goes down the sides, I just take my spatula and just add the frosting onto the sides as well. And once done, you just take your little spatula and just do a little design along the top and onto the sides of the cake. And after that, wait about 15 to 30 minutes. And after that, the cake is ready to be served. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A homemade spice cake made by a New Orleans native. Now it's time to go ahead and take a bite. Got my fork with me today. The cake is very airy, fluffy, moist, a little crumbly, and that cream cheese frosting is really good. Now the spices is not overly powered with spice, it's just the right amount of spices in there. And all of it comes together to create a wonderful, delicious, perfect spice cake. So give the recipe a try. Hey y'all, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. Now I have an official website for all of my recipes, including for this fabulous homemade spice cake with cream cheese frosting. You can go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie Cook Andrews. So until next time, take care, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.